Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ian Doherty. I'm a spiritualist medium and I want to talk to you in this video excerpt on the topic of physical mediumship. It is a very in-depth topic, and due to time constraints on the video size onto YouTube, this will be very much of an introduction. I will, however, endeavour to produce more videos on particular facets of physical mediumship as time goes by. So, what is physical mediumship? Well, physical mediumship is phenomena produced that can be perceived via the physical senses. It's as simple as that. Now, providing you yourself do not have any impairment to your senses, i.e. you're not blind or you're not deaf, you will see or hear multiples of what is taking place in a demonstration of physical mediumship. For it to be physical mediumship, ladies and gentlemen, if there are 40 people sat in a room watching a demonstration, then all 40 of you will experience something. If only 10 of you do, then unfortunately it is not physical. Yeah, because most of you, or the 10 that are experiencing it, are experiencing it via their own psychic abilities, for want of a better word. For physical mediumship crosses the boundary of whether we are a believer, whether we're not a believer, whether we're a staunch critic or a atheist, because provided you can see and hear, you will experience via those senses. Now, the underpinning thing with physical mediumship is that it incorporates a substance called ectoplasm. Please have a search on Google, or better still, have a look at First Spiritualist Temple or fst.org, and that will explain very in depth of what the process is. It's a fantastic site, please use it. Now then, ectoplasm is produced by the physical medium at a cellular level. That's to say, it comes from deep within the medium. Now, the way it is evidenced is very much a case in a very luminescence way. It has a like a milky white texture. Sometimes it's infringed with a bit of yellow, but it does have some sort of order. Now, depending on what type of physical mediumship is being produced will largely depend on where the ectoplasm is oozed from the body from. Now, normally any bodily orifice, the nose, the mouth, the anus, will be used to allow for that ectoplasm to be put away from the body to form into that physical form. Now, ectoplasm is very sensitive to light. Therefore, it doesn't matter of the light intensity, or should I say, it does hinder very much the amount of light, its intensity and its duration can have a very marked impact on the formation of the ectoplasm. Hence why most physical mediumship will take place in a darkened room. Now, firstly, transfiguration. This form of physical mediumship is when a face of a person who has passed over to the spirit side of life can be impinged upon that of the physical features of the medium sitting for the physical mediumship demonstration, and you will see that. Now, when I put it over in this way, the complicated or the more in-depth would be very much that an ectoplasmic mask. A mask is basically is put in front of the person's face, normally 1/2 to 3/4 an inch away from their face, to allow them to breathe normally. And therefore, all the information it's like a projection or something, a form that is coming from the physical medium and is displayed onto this mask. What the main thing is the features of the physical medium are completely gone, and you will see before you your loved one, whether it's your nana, your dad, your brother, your sister, your daughter, whatever, but you will see that. You will not see the face whatsoever of the physical medium. The voice changes, so it'll be the voice of the person coming through to talk. Now, there's a lot of controversy because people will say, oh, I can see this, I can see that, and they all see different things. So when you're looking at a transfiguration, a demonstration of transfiguration mediumship, please bear in mind it has to be the face of the person coming through and all of you seeing it, and not just one or two, because that would be a clairvoyant image. Now, a good transfiguration medium is Queenie Nixon. please do a search. She passed away unfortunately in 1989. Do a search on Queenie Nixon and it will again explain more of transfiguration. Now, another form is direct voice. Now, this comes in various forms. Now, the first form is via the use of a trumpet. That is to say, one of those loudspeaker trumpets, or indeed one of the trumpets used in the olden ages for the elderly to hear better. Now, it is normally painted at both ends in a very luminescent strip, so that in the dark you can see this trumpet, because it's got a ring on each end, or even painted on both ends. What happens with this trumpet is that during the darkened conditions, because you don't need to see, you just need to hear here, is you can see the trumpet being levitated off the table and moving around the room. It will then stop with the person who the discarnate or the spirit person wishes to talk to. The trumpet itself is used to amplify the sound and give it direction. So you will see the trumpet maybe 10 foot in the air, depending on the height of the room of course, spinning around and then stopping in line with the person, and therefore you will then hear that person, whether it's your father, your son, your brother, your sister, you will hear their voice talking to you. In the more developed sense of this, there is an ectoplasmic voice box formed whereby it appears to be out of mid-air, and the communication, the direct voice, will come that way without the use of a trumpet. And again, it will be as that person, again, your mother, your father, your brother, it'll be in their voice. It can come from any part of the room. A good direct voice medium is Leslie Flint. Please have a look on his website. He's got a great book out there called Return from Silence. Absolutely riveting read. Please give it a look. It's fantastic. Now, the form that is normally associated with physical mediumship is a materialization. That is, a person will be formed in ectoplasm, and you will see them in a milky white substance. Their hair, their face, everything in pure, in a 3D physical form. Now, normally for this to take place, the physical medium is sat behind a curtain, because that is really the ectoplasm forms, and it allows within that sort of square or boxed off area for that energy to really develop. This is a very, I wouldn't say, okay, it's a very in-depth and a very detailed form of physical mediumship. However, you can see that person coming out and walking amongst you, talking as they would do. People reported in the various writings, they can feel a heartbeat, they can feel the texture of the skin. However, because it's dark, what they used to do, they would use a silver tray. Therefore, they would hold up a silver tray, and the luminescence provided from the physical form of the ectoplasm would shine off the silver tray enough for you to see their features adequately, and of course they would have their voice. A very good materialization medium was Florence Cook, who passed a long time ago, just after the turn of the 1900s. Again, ladies and gentlemen, please use fst.org to have some better clarification. It's important, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very quick introduction into the various parts of physical mediumship, and as mentioned earlier, I will go into more depth on the various topics. Hope you enjoyed the video, and of course if you have any questions, please email me at gimlit, that's GIMLIT.com.